For you about somebody who has gone through some pretty difficult times and had to make things work, even though maybe you didn't feel like you always had the resources that you needed, or maybe you had to, make your own Halloween costumes. You've had to go without a lot of support, whether it's financial or emotional, but you've also learned just what you're capable of when you are responsible for everything on your own. So you've gone through this metamorphosis. There's an appreciation for the strengths that you have and also your ability to endure certain things that maybe you didn't think you could. A little bit of isolation or solitude, or maybe distance from loved ones, or uncertainty regarding your financial security or job. I feel like you've been able to realize just how resilient or capable you are. So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. And also how to find my candles on Etsy. Hello, Dana. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Joaquin. How are we doing? I think we'll start with the Pulp Tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. What else do we have? Ten of Swords in the reverse, Four of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Wands. So you're being seen by others as somebody who's been able to recover after there was something that didn't really go your way. You were willing to find a different path. So if you're trying to go to the baseball game and it's too crowded because everybody else is also trying to go to the baseball game, you're the type of person who finds a different route and gets around the blockage instead of sitting there and waiting forever. I don't encourage everyone to do that all the time because sometimes it doesn't work out, right? This is someone, whoever you are, Queen of Wands, does not have to be a woman. This is someone who is able to recover or pivot, change their strategy or update their plans when something didn't work out, and people are amazed because they really thought you were stuck. Stuck in a relationship you weren't happy with, or stuck in a career that wasn't really taking off. They looked at you as kind of like, man, that stinks. Sorry you're going through that, and expected you to be depressed or unable to really make the changes that you've obviously been able to make. Yep. Hello, famous Seamus. What's going on? We've got the Hermit in the reverse and the Three of Wands. There's this expectation from others that when it comes to making the changes that you need to in your life, that you fall short or that you do things the wrong way. Maybe that you don't make enough effort. I'm trying to find a nice way for... Basically, it seems like there are people who expected you to give up or expected you to be like, I don't know, that's a lot of work. I don't think I'm going to do it. But you didn't, which is the important thing. I feel like this needs to be over here, and this needs to be over here. And give me 2 seconds. There we go. All right, let's get a few from the Earth and Bone Oracle. What else do we have? Hey, Lemonade, what's up? What else do we have? Prosperity, number 17. Wealth, contentment, success, achievements, abundance. Apprentice, number 4. Higher education, knowledge, beliefs, and wisdom. So you might have a very strong faith. You might have a very strong sense of faith in yourself. You may just have this determination to make the best of whatever situation you're facing. But people are or are about to look at you as someone who's been able to build success from nothing or turn a difficult situation into one that works for you. Hello to Tahara. I hope I said that right. What else? portal, number 39, originality, idealism, progression, opening, and accessing. So you have traversed a portal. You have gone through a portal, and there is a change. You might notice little shifts in terms of how things tend to go and how they go now. Believe in that positive energy and acknowledge that you are this butterfly, right? Things have changed, you have changed, therefore there's more abundance around you, and you might be so accustomed to seeing negative things around you that you miss that all of a sudden now there are good things. All right, let's get a few from, we'll go with the Poe Tarot. What else do we have? Happy early birthday, Super Tech. I hope it goes well. We have Strength, number 8. A feeling for which I have no name has taken possession of my soul. Now, this is adorable because we have a big ol', I don't know, is it like a panther in the mirror that the person is holding up in front of them, as if somebody is trying to leverage that fierce energy that they've known was there all along, but they haven't really, used. Now someone is saying, all right, I have to be the courageous person for myself, or maybe you've been doing this, right? So that's why things are changing. You are not one to shirk your responsibilities or avoid your healing. You've taken action when others would have just probably given up or stayed unmotivated. We have the Queen of Quills or the Queen of Swords. Sorry, let me write down Lee's question. Do you think the truth will come out about my ex? Thank you for the tip, Lee. Truth will come out about ex. I do, but let's see what the cards think. I've added you to the list. Thank you. Let me get this back to the current. Words have no power to impress the mind without the exquisite horror of their reality. The problem here is some people don't really understand fully what you've been through or what kinds of obstacles were placed in your way. Even if they've heard a story or talked to you about it, I think it still seems kind of unrelatable to people. But also, if I had been through that or if I had to do that, I probably would take a few years to recover from that. It is impossible to say how first the idea entered my brain, but once conceived, it haunted me day and night. They expected you to be, I don't know if literally bedridden, but they expected you to be a bit immobile, unable to move forward or unable to start a new chapter, too caught up in what could have been or how things went astray. But maybe you just used that energy to propel you forward. Maybe you transmuted the pain or the heartbreak into something good for yourself. We have Temperance and Death. All right, so Temperance says, I intend to put up with nothing that I can put down. I'm fine with building a different life for myself or walking away from situations that do not serve me. This is making sure that you maintain your inner peace, even if that means there's some sacrifice involved. It looks like you were willing to do that. Death says, the boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who shall say where the one ends and where the other begins? Metamorphosis, transition, change. You found a way to get up and pursue a different path once you were kind of knocked down and told that that particular path you had chosen was no longer available. You didn't let that stop you from being able to remain open to what other things could work out for you. Let's get a few from the fairy godmother. No, actually, we need some tarot, don't we? This is the Cats Rule the Earth tarot. Hello, Erin. How are you doing? Ooh, that is hot. All right, what else do we have? We have the Hanged Man, the Two of Pentacles, and Temperance in the reverse. People expected you to be dealing with, you know, curveballs or problems, digging yourself out of a problematic relationship or living situation. You were all tied up, right? Gosh, that looks complicated. Good luck with that. Can't imagine you're going to figure out a way out of that one. But with the Two of Pentacles, this is about you seeing whatever is not working, there's something else that still gets me what I want. Whether you're leaving a place that you live or a relationship, you acknowledged, I can make this change, I can do this differently, or I can apply to this other company. And even though it's not exactly what I was thinking about, it is still something that would work out well. The World, the Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and Two of Cups in the reverse. Sometimes in order to like manifest in or draw in that abundant energy, what is required or what is basically the cost of admission for you is giving up the things that you don't need or the people, the connections that you don't need that could potentially make that abundant chapter in your life more complicated or chaotic. So I do think that we've got someone who has had to step away from a relationship, maybe even a family connection. Remember, the Two of Cups is about like an agreement between two people or that loving connection between two people. It can be about friendship. It can even be about like a work contract. But we have returned to like, I'm going to listen to my intuition. I know what it is that I need or what I want, and I'm not going to sacrifice that. Hey, Shark Boy, Jesus loves you too. Make sure that you're maintaining some respectful tolerance of others in the live chat, or you might get timed out, okay? Yes, thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate it. Hello, Rick. How are you doing today? We've got the Six of Pentacles in the reverse, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. There was an expectation you would repeat a cycle or continue to sabotage things, opportunities, or relationships. There's people who were kind of judging you from afar, like, oh, Sally over there always ruins everything. Oh, I wonder what new drama has happened in Sally's life. Better see what the gossip is, you know? Five of Pentacles in the reverse, they're not expecting you to go through this glow up, especially one that would impact your finances. So I think it's a little bit split. We have some folks on one side that are like, hey, look at you. You did great. You know, we weren't sure what was going to happen after you had that little tumble back there, but you are really like showing us how it's done. And then there are other people who are like, I was kind of looking forward to watching you struggle a little bit more, you know, stepping in that puddle or whatever that thing was. People who are not necessarily rooting for you. Maybe these are people who are competitive with you and like to feel better about themselves if they compare, you know, accomplishments or current life status between you. Ten of Wands and the High Priestess in the reverse. When you have abundance showing up, when you have things turning around on the level that it looks like this is, you're going to see people's true character a little bit more readily because those reactions are going to be perhaps a bit less filtered. You know, like, oh, I didn't know you started your own business. Oh, I didn't know you were engaged. Oh, look at that. But you'll also potentially be a bit surprised at what other people have been going through or learning from. I do think that there is disappointment and, oh, okay, I guess we can't be friends, or I guess we can't date on one side. And I also feel like you're getting validation that you've got some supportive family or friends, and probably also somebody who is caring about you or falling in love with you. Queen of Pentacles. There's stability hitting your life. Less chaos. And it's because you walk away from something that would have been contrary to your principles, or like you're not entertaining a person that you know there's no future with. Hello, how's it going? Did I already say? I said hi to Rachel. I said hi to Dana. Did I say hi to Aaron? I'm sorry if I missed you. This is the Beginner's Tarot. What else do we have, please? That's too much nature. Like, alone? I'm guessing that's what we're talking about here. That's what be my guess. I like that show. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. 10 of Cups in the reverse, and the Star. We have healing happening and restoration of someone's, you know, kind of, what is it, jubilant personality? Like the glitter is back in your eyes, or people feel like you're looking healthier or more like your old self. Maybe your voice has come back, you know? If you go through something really difficult, sometimes you don't speak as clearly or as confidently. We've got a person who was out of their element and made to feel like they didn't have, you know, the support, or they were perhaps feeling like unloved. I don't belong. People felt sorry for you. I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear. And now they're looking at you like, wow. That's impressive. How did you do that? Hello, budget. This is a general reading for the collective. Last week I did do one for Valentine's Day for all signs, if you want one specific to a sign. Hello, Mr. Osmond. Otherwise, I offer personal questions at the end of the general reading with priority to those who tip or donate. Hello, James. How we doing? So we have the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Wands, Five of Swords in the reverse, and the Nine of Wands. Courage. You know what needs to be changed or, you know, edited, if you will, even if it means that you have to go without or there's a bit of disruption. If I'm saving money and I have to cancel the gym membership, you know, we can revisit that in a couple months when I'm feeling a little bit better. If there's a friendship where you feel like maybe that trust has really been tested and you're not confident that that person is interested in doing right by you, then you might have that difficult conversation and say, you know, I really have to stick to my principles here. I don't think that I could be friends with somebody who's willing to X, Y, Z. Sometimes it's not even about what this person did to you. You know, I have had to end friendships before because of actions that impacted other people. Because if you're willing to do that to somebody else that you claim to care about, then what's to prevent you from doing that to others, right? There's something here about getting rid of this last little bit of toxic energy before this abundance comes in, and people are really admiring how you've built so much from kind of difficult circumstances. Turned your life around or figured out a path that was really like uniquely suited to your skills or your experiences. What else do we have? Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There is somebody who's jealous of you. There is just absolutely going to be somebody who feels like they need to judge you for what you got going on, or be, it's like I want to ask you questions to see if you actually know what you're talking about, or I want to say things that make you feel like your kind of success isn't a real or valid kind of success. Like poking the bear, you know? I don't like it. All right, is this gonna help? Maybe we'll put you here and you here. All right. Yeah, I would be curious about that too, Rachel. There has to be some study out there, right? So watch out for the Emperor in the reverse. They want to make you feel like your accomplishments ain't when they really are. They want you to feel like what they've got going on is better, or you didn't do it right, or I'm not that impressed. Okay. I didn't make changes in my life to impress you. You know, like I feel you've made changes in your life in order to rebuild what had, you know, had some issues in the past. And because there is some surprise and because there was some, you know, like I felt superior to you when you were not doing so well, I think they're kind of struggling to come to terms with the fact that you've been able to make a turnaround or that things are improving in your life. We have the Knight of Swords and the King of Wands. So be cautious, because I do think this is someone who might try to get you into some sort of an argument or get you to overreact. But the reality is, this is just somebody who wishes that they had had some sort of plan like yours, or had some fun life news to share. They don't feel like they compare, or they feel like they've settled in some way, and you actually carved out this beautiful existence for yourself, even though it seemed like you didn't really have much to work from. All right, this is the situations deck. Hello, Olivia. How are you doing? Access granted. Social media, fake profile, hiding. Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. And lockbox, closed in, trapped, and frustrated. So someone who is in your inner circle, or someone who has access to your social media or gets invited to your party, this is someone that you have to make sure you're a little guarded around, because they feel pretty trapped right now in life and they're envious of what you've been able to achieve. This makes them want to lash out or want to like burst your bubble, you know? They see you getting your wish or having your dream come true, and it's frustrating because they felt like they were closer to attaining that than you, and now they've had to admit that maybe they didn't put enough work into it. Maybe they should have been more focused. This intuition is basically saying this reading would be confirmation for you. You already have some suspicion here that maybe this person isn't really rooting for you, or they're not really interested in seeing you do well. And that should help you understand why they say what they say. We have the love affair card and single. The Emperor in the reverse, who doesn't seem to want to celebrate your wins or acknowledge that you've been able to bounce back after a really difficult chapter in your life, is frustrated because there's something here that could rapidly and negatively impact what they have been able to build for themselves. And I feel like it's because they are engaged in an affair with someone that they should not be. If they are actually single, then they are dating someone who, you know, maybe their contract for work specifies that they cannot fraternize. Maybe this is a student of theirs. Maybe this is someone who is pretending to be single, but actually they're in a relationship and they don't know if this little indiscretion is going to tumble all of the things that they have built. But there's instability and like some anxiety or neurotic energy over what could be ruined versus how you've been able to be a butterfly and change all of these things in your life and really turn things around. So I feel like they're expecting things to get worse, and that's why they're not willing to celebrate you. Are the right people speaking? In my favor this week? I've got that for you, James. Thank you. Where are we at? We're at 25 minutes? Okay. This is the Weird Cat Tarot. Let's see what else we've got for you. What else for this butterfly? Carrier pigeon. We've got the Three of Cups, the Chariot in the reverse, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and the Hanged Cat in the reverse. Yeah, I do think that this is probably someone who's about to have some bad news or is in the midst of things kind of falling apart, and they have either kept it secret or people don't really know, or they know it's about to happen. So the instability and frustrations from their own actions contrast greatly with your glow up, your ability to recover after heartbreak or betrayal. This could be a sibling, this could be a friend, this could be an ex, but they don't like it. They don't like that you're over here like glowing up, looking good, making things happen, paying the bills, asserting independence, chasing your dreams. For some of you, this is someone who's mad that you have fallen in love. But I think the majority of you, this is you figuring out your finances or figuring out how to be more independent, perhaps having some success in business or getting promoted. Ace of Swords and the Hierophant. Yeah, there's a commitment or a leveling up. People see you as an expert, or people see you as having gotten what it is that you want. I do think there are people that celebrate, that people are excited to see that things have gotten better for you. Hello, Carrie. What's up? We have 8 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and the World. The world is your oyster. You've gotten through a difficult journey, but the benefit of that difficult journey is that you are very wise compared to before. So what's popping into my head right now is, I don't know if I can attribute the quote to anybody else or even get the quote like verbatim, but something along the lines of, you have to like actually go out and experience life if you want to have something like valuable or meaningful to share in writing. You know, if you want to be a writer, go experience stuff. There's something here that you've been through that people need to benefit from or need to hear. You have a story to share, or you have a perspective that is going to generate some excitement. 7 of Wands in the reverse. So yes, I went through this difficult time. Here's how I overcame it. Here's how I rebuilt my financial security, or here's how I got over this really difficult relationship or went no contact with my family. You learn from this, and some of you may also like monetize something here, like a book or an album, because you did learn so much from what you've experienced in that. This is the Earth and Bones Tarot. What else do we have? Lemonade, are you saying you want to pay in cheese curds? That would be nice. But only the ones from Wisconsin. Or the ones from the Neck in St. Paul. All right, what else do we have? The High Priestess. The Two of Jars, or the Two of Cups, and the Fool. You took a chance. You have like this bold or courageous energy that people see. Maybe you don't see yourself as courageous. Maybe you think that you're just a little bit like, huh, this is what I gotta do, so I guess I'll do it. People feel like you make choices that other people would be too nervous or scared to make, that you invest in things that other people would have given up on. You don't walk away from something, and you're open-minded. This is why you've been able to maximize whatever your energy has, right? You level it up. Three of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Wands in the reverse. So someone who I think has pretty consistently been able to look at you and be like, yeah, there's my little sister or my little brother. Struggle bus. They like to make fun of you. They like to like call out for other people. I'm doing better than that person. Here's my business and my giant mansion. Here's my third yacht. And then here's this brother of mine who, I don't know, I think maybe has like a banana stand or something. Now this person has things changing in a negative way for them, and your stock is rising. It makes them really uncomfortable to feel jealous of you when they have really enjoyed, I mean like soaked up, every last drop of your potentially being jealous of them. Wanting to like rub in your face like, here's what I got going on for me, when you're over there, you know, at your banana stand. Six of Swords, Page of Cups, and the Queen of Jars in the reverse. The Queen of Jars, by the way, would be the Queen of Cups. So they are moody and irritable and argumentative because an offer has come in to you, or you have this opportunity to take your life to the next level or improve upon things in a way that people are celebrating with you, telling you that they're impressed and asking you how you did it, and they don't get any of that attention. They're like, what about me? I've done awesome stuff. Look at this. Look at me, I'm riding my bike. No hands. Why aren't you watching me? They don't like it. Now you're the successful one and they're the one who is going to be struggling. Nine of Jars or Nine of Cups in the reverse, the Devil and the Eight of Cups. Something that's a little strange here is that if this competitive person had a little more compassion or a desire to see you do well, I don't think they would be in as bad a situation. Pride is something that can impact so many different areas of your life. And for this person, I feel it's, I'm so competitive, I have to look better than other people, so I don't talk about the things that are a problem. I don't talk to my spouse about the finances. I don't hire an accountant, or I don't ask my boss for a raise. They've let their affairs get out of order, just as you have yours freshly organized. And they're over here like, how'd you get your poop in a group like that? I'm so jealous. I don't have my poop in a group. Can you teach me? No, they wouldn't ask you to teach them how to get their poop in a group, because then that would mean that you have won, right? Then you are officially better than me. It's more like, oh, you finally got your poop in a group. Hello, JKM, how are you doing? We've got the Sun in the reverse, Six of Jars, Three of Crystals, and the Eight of Crystals or Eight of Swords in the reverse. So this person has some not so great news coming out that they have hidden. They didn't want people to know that they were about to get divorced, or they didn't want people to know that their finances were in a really bad place. They really wanted to hold on to, for as long as they could, that perception that they were the successful sibling, or they were the ex that like had the glow up. they were the person who, you know, deserved better. Three of Swords, Eight of Swords in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse. Oh, Queen of Cups was up there. This is their true ego being put on display, because I think people start to realize you're acting this way because you're jealous that somebody else is doing well. So hopefully this nudges them into some reflection and introspection so they can work on these things. We all have our own path. There's going to be ups and downs, ebbs and flows. We can't expect to always be at the top of the roller coaster, right? Otherwise, then you don't get to the top of the roller coaster. So they need to learn how to accept other people's success, not be so competitive, and also manage their own business without being so focused on their ego. All right, now that I've said my piece on that, let's start with the personal questions. We've got Lee and then James. Lee is asking, will the truth come out about the ex? Will the truth come out about Lee's ex? Not all of it. Most of it. Like breadcrumbed or a little at a time. Why the Star? I feel like this is exposure. Ten of Swords in the reverse. This is someone who's claiming everything is great when you can tell everything is not great. Like if you asked me how I'm doing today and I was like, I'm great, I'm the happiest I've ever been, you'd be like, Carmen, I feel like the face is not matching the words. Can you tell me, like, are you okay? This is somebody who's like obviously lying. So there's certain levels, right? Obvious lie, somewhat acceptable lie, and then like kind of sneaky lie. And it's going to be like phases, right? But not everything gets exposed because there's too many lies. It's like, how much time do you have? We've recorded every single lie, and we have, I wish I had a giant book nearby. I do not, in fact, have one. But it would be like, okay, flip open the book. Hold on, we'll just go to the middle of it. Lie number 1979. I am an honest person. There's so many, you're not going to get all of them, right? But he betrays himself. Like someone who says, no, of course I didn't eat the last Swiss roll. What are you talking about? But some of it's on their face. Like, you might want to do a little bit better with your lying. But some of them are small enough to not get noticed or kind of like sneak under the radar. Is there anyone who plays a part in this exposure? Nope, he could do it all by himself, which is kind of mocking in attitude. So this is like dropping your cheat notes on the floor in the classroom while the teacher's walking by. Sorry, I hope you didn't see that. You know, not very smooth. All right, let's see what we've got for James. Are the right people speaking in James's favor this week? Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Pentacles in the reverse. No. Is there someone that needs to be added? No. Is there someone who needs to be removed from this list? Yes. Number 8 is important. This is someone you would know who they are because they really care about society's expectations. They care about tradition and conforming to the rules or what everybody else is doing. Or they have some, you know, like gatekeeping tendencies. Like, yeah, no, I think you're a really good person. Clearly, you know, you're compassionate or generous with others, but you're the wrong religion, so you're not going to make it into heaven. There's this judginess here. Sorry, that's just how it's coming through. So this person may not be as effective as you would like. And you can focus the energy on the more reliable voices, right? Yes. I wish you good luck on that, James. All right. I think I leave it there. Thank you, everybody, for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping if you're able to. And thank you for checking out the candles. Doodles.